I think your technician's got to get you a bigger speakers, bigger
He had
monitor.
headphones plugged into the computer and I didn't realize it. So I had to unplug them in order to be able to hear you.
So we got Michelle Ryder,
Yes.
the singer that just released a new single on YouTube and all that stuff. How does it feel,
It's
to
amazing.
be listened to?
It's been a very exciting couple of weeks. Yeah, really. I'm actually kind of overwhelmed at how well it was received and how good everybody's being to me. So I couldn't be happier.
I mean, compared to playing live at Monty's Bar and Grill, and the people.
It's also very exciting.
they get pretty excited seeing you, and we see it on YouTube videos for the people that can't go out. And then we're on a type of studio recording. That's a little bit more special, isn't it? Or is it, just the same type of music production?
No, they're totally different experiences, but both very exciting. Very exciting. Being live on stage, there's so much. I carry a lot of anxiety, worrying about making a mistake, and I'm always very aware of where everybody is on the stage and what's happening, and trying to be able to. The lights are so bright now; it's really difficult to be able to see the audience and try to connect with them and see if they're enjoying themselves. Or I find it easier to sing to somebody if I can see their face and connect with them, which is why I wear the glasses, because it takes the glare off with those lights so that I can see people's faces.
Yeah.
But recording is just so relaxed, and it's so freeing to be able to know you can try anything, and if it's not the right, you can go back and redo it if you want to. But fortunately, I was in with such magical people that there wasn't a lot of doing over anything. So very different experiences, but both really, really fun.
So Michelle, tell me who played on this album, and who produced it, and all that good stuff.
Well, initially, Sean McKenna and Kyle Boudreau and I got together, and I threw some lyrics out there, and we discussed the idea for the tune, and I sang it, and I could see the wheel spinning, and Sean was tapping on the coffee table trying to come up with a beat for it, and Kyle says to me, "Let's leave it alone. And if it sticks with me, if I'm singing it a couple of days from now, I'll know we got something." So a couple of days later, he calls and he's like, "I can't get it out of my head." Catchy tune, let's do this. And within a few days, we were down in Charles Austin's studio, which he has to move now, unfortunately. But and we brought Kyle's brother, Ryan Boudreau, in for bass, and Sean and Booty are pretty magical. They lock in together and make a rhythm section that's pretty hard to beat. And right from the beginning, Kyle said, I'm hearing things that I really want in there, that chimey kind of fill in between. And of course, there was nobody he would rather work with than Leith Fleming Smith. We all love him. He's magic. He's absolute magic. I absolutely love that kid. And he came in and had the same vision that Kyle was talking about. And it was basically a one take with the keys. And we just had a fantastic night. We basically did it all in one night. And then we came back another night and, did some audio changing and that sort of thing, just volumes of things, and then send it off to be mastered. And that was that.
Very special. And when it takes minimal time, it's even better, because it's always fresh. It's not worn to death.
Right.
And it's like, what you've done.
Are we going to rehearse this? And Kyle said, nope. We're going to go in fresh. We're going to build something right from the beginning. It's going to be organic. It's going to be great. And it was great. He was absolutely right about all the calls that he made.
And do we have more songs coming out, or is it like we have a single?
Oh, no, there'll be more.
Right, so we got
there will definitely be more, yeah. Like I said, Charles had a great setup in just off of Spring Garden Road in Halifax. Unfortunately, his upstairs neighbors didn't appreciate evening music. So now he's looking for new digs to set up the studio, and as soon as he's ready to go, we're gonna get back at it. So lots of songs in the chamber.
Like playing your own song, something you wrote versus playing a cover song, that people already heard 1,000 times. For you, it's probably going to be really special.
It is.
You
It's
know,
also terrifying.
and it's a song you've heard less times because it's yours.
You're giving people a piece of you, and if they don't like it, it can feel like a very real rejection of you. But you just have to be optimistic and take the good and bad as it comes. I actually haven't had anybody be mean about it. Some people said it wasn't really their style. Well, that's fine. That's why we have all kinds of genres of music, because people don't all like the same thing. And that's beautiful, because maybe they'll like the next one and go, hey, that one, Yeah. So it's been all around a very positive experience. And the guys, Sean especially, they've all worked really hard at making sure people get to see it, passing it along to the right people. And it's been a whirlwind for sure, but enjoyable.
Michelle, your love for rock compared to any other genre of music, is it your rock and that's it?
I wasn't. In high school, I listened to rock a lot. That was my album collection for sure. But I've also always loved Motown, and for a time I did some country, and I do when I was working with the Stad Band, I would be doing jazz standards or bluesy type. I had a blues band for a little while that had some success, so I liked it all, and rock was the only one I never really got the chance to do. And then when Sean and Dave invited me up to jam, and I didn't realize at the time it was an audition, but it was. I knew the songs that they were trying, and it wasn't long before we realized we had something pretty, and I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I do, but I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
Michelle, time and dedication, learning songs, all the hours into it, performing a show, setting up, tearing down. Is it all fun? Is it still fun?
It is still fun.
Right.
Yes. If you're doing it with the right people, you're spending time with your best friends. And you're sharing something that you all love so much. And they're all absolute pros. They're great people, fun to be around, and we try to enjoy every bit of it. Yeah, we all still get excited the same way about a show coming up, and especially when we've been deprived of so much of it. So COVID's been tough, no question.
Yeah, Nova Scotia is keeping it like, we are doing it.
Yes.
And this and that. But let's say for the world situation where we are in, how is the music scene, for you?
Thank goodness it's just beginning to open up again. We've used the time wisely. We've been practicing and picking tunes and spending time together and keeping our mojo and our chops up. The delay in being able to play live has gotten to the point where it's almost seemed unfair, especially when you're sitting here not allowed to play and you're watching the world, 30,000 people at a sports show in Toronto or in the States or whatever, and you're like, why are we being punished? But you gotta roll with the punches and try to make the best of it, and that's what we've done. We kept working the whole time at what we do, and now we're ready to start it up again and have some fun and have some new tricks in the pocket for people.
And sell that thing called rock and roll.
Yes.
Basically. And so basically life's been going good with you, and music is shining. And are we having some radio airplay with this song? Is it starting to be listened to on that FM
the Hawk radio station in Port Hawkesbury, 105 or 101.4, 101.5, the Hawk, played it on their Maritime show on last Sunday. Q104 is supposed to play it this Sunday with Tom Bedell, I believe. And CIOE in Sackville has put it into their Atlantic program. So, and now that's open to voting, to seeing if it's going to stay on the list of the 30 that are most popular with them right now. So it's difficult. It's not like it used to be where you could just send a demo to a radio station and hope it made it into the rotation. The DJs here don't have a lot of control over it. So the best route in is to become a maritime artist that's recognized, and then hopefully they'll slide you in somewhere. But actually, Sean is more the mastermind with all of that organizational stuff. Thank goodness. I have a very busy full-time job during the day, so I don't have access to outside internet and that sort of thing during the day because of where I work with for D&D. So my time is limited to evenings, and thank God my friends are there to have my back and keep pushing for me. So
we work during the day and then we rock at night. And we
exactly. Man does not live by Serb alone.
and then we work for the weekend.
Yes, where we get to live.
Yeah.
Yes.
For Canada, you know, do you see yourself going on a little mini tour, you know, promote music with this grand opening? Because I mean, look what Alberta and all them are doing. They're opening wide open.
Yeah, I have been singing since I was very, very young, but I've never gotten to go anywhere. And when everybody else delved into the 80s and playing downtown and going on little tours in Newfoundland, I was working. I wasn't involved in that scene at all. So I would very much love to live that out now, now that I'm getting closer to being able to retire from the job I've been at forever and have a little freedom on my own. And now I think I'm more ready to mentally to take on the whole travel and, you know, face what's out there. There's a lot of criticism on the road from the stories that I hear, but I think I'm more equipped to deal with all sides of it. And I would absolutely love to see some new places and play new stages and still let them know that we're maritime and we know how it's done down here. So
one question here. This is an interesting one. I'm just thought out of my head. Do you enjoy watching yourself on YouTube performing? Let's say Jam publishes a new side hustle show, you know.
Right.
You enjoy watching yourself and listening to your voice.
So I have a hard time with it. I have to constantly turn off the little critical voice inside my head. I hear little mistakes that maybe some people wouldn't hear, but when I see the videos, it's like, oh, they're caught permanently now. I watch it, and what I get to enjoy is knowing how I felt when that was happening, and it feels like joy to me. But I tend to be hypercritical of myself mostly. I love watching the guys do their thing, and it's a different perspective to be where the camera is and watching the show. You see it differently than it felt when you were standing up there doing it.
Yeah. It's a question a lot of people ask, because it's like, how's the singer enjoying their voice? Because singers don't enjoy their voice.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there was a time when I couldn't stand to listen to a answering machine with my voice on it. I used to cringe but I'm getting used to it.
It's good, because let's say this song does something, you got to hear your voice now.
Yeah, I love it. I'm grateful for the time that I spent working on my craft, and I worked very, very hard for a very long time to be able to feel like I'm in control of what I'm doing. And it's a reassuring feeling to know that there's something I want to do vocally, that I'm probably going to be able to do it. So I worked on expanding my range, my octaves, and I was the youngest. My mother and sister sang when I was younger too, so I built some some power there because I was little and I wanted everybody to hear me too. So,
Right.
and that lent itself to building an ear for harmony, which is a pretty strong suit with me. So, yeah, I get to sit back now and enjoy the fruits of all of the work, and there was a lot of it.
Yeah. It's like that. The people that do end up watching you on YouTube, let's say, even when it was coming out, during the pandemic,
Yeah.
Side Hustle Live at Monty's, maybe it was published the next day or something like that. The people, with the views, you can see they're watching it and
Yeah.
writing comments, and it's like, this is great. I was one of them. And you can see that you're enjoying yourself on stage.
Yes, absolutely.
Along with your companion musicians.
Yes.
And being so lucky to be performing on the COVID-19 stages,
Yes.
because a lot of people don't. So, yeah.
I have
good.
a huge amount of gratitude for the position I'm in right now and the people that I'm in it with. I couldn't be happier, honestly. And yeah, it's been a struggle lately, but we're still here, and I'm not near done. So I'm really excited about leveling up every time we go out. And I read all the comments, and I can't believe we're surrounded by amazing people who are either appreciating from a musicianship level or living vicariously through us and enjoying the time with us. So we have amazing fans. They show up every time and they support us and make us feel loved and comfortable and ready to do what we do for them. So it's great.
And Michelle Ryder, you better get prepared for the summer, because it's going to be every weekend.
I hope so. I'm ready.
Pleasure
I'm
talking
ready.
to you. It was fun.
Absolutely pleasure to talk to you as well.